morning, everybody. Welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. It's a Saturday morning. We are getting out for our 8th shed hunt of the year. And knock on wood, we found sheds every time on the first 7. I know eventually that'll come to an end and we'll get skunked, but hopefully not today. It was cold this morning, 26 when I left the car. We got snow 2 days ago, but then yesterday was in the mid 40s. Most of it melted. And luckily the roads weren't too bad coming in because I'm just in my car today, not my truck. So I've got about 6 hours. We're gonna, I would imagine we'll put, 5, 6, maybe 7 miles on. I'm in the area where I shed hunted the last time. Basically just a little higher on the same ridge. I'm working the top of the ridge this time and some pockets up here of junipers and cedars, but also a few little pockets of aspen up here. So thanks for coming along today. Hopefully we can find some stuff, and if not, we'll just enjoy being out, being healthy enough to do this. Color's starting to come out. The whites were out last time I hiked up here, and there is still a fair amount of that little white ground cover. So here's some of it. And we'll see if any of the purples and yellows are out yet. Guys, this looks super old, but it looks like a stud. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tines on it. And they all have great length. Oh my goodness, what an awesome antler. Woo! Too bad it's so old. Look at that. That is a freaking tank. Oh, look at the eye guard on it. It's got little extras all on the back. Thank you, Lord. Woo! That thing is a beast, guys. Definitely my best find so far this year as far as size. Again, it's old, it's chalk. It's right on the edge of being powdery. Yeah, see that? I can scrape off, but man, what a find. Thank you, Lord, for that find. Still just have the one shed, but it was that big inline 5, so if we don't find anything else, no complaints from me. I've been working the top of the ridge. This is probably about the second, I have to look on onX, but probably the second or third highest ridge in this whole region. And there's a lot more of the Indian paintbrush out than there was a week and a half ago when I was up here last. So not seeing a lot of sign on the top, which I thought we had such a wimpy winter. I thought maybe everything would be higher this year. I still have yet to find a brownie, even though I found, I think I'm up to 22 sheds so far for 2026. So, but man, it's really colorful up here. All these little spots of red. The wind's blowing, but not brutal. I would guess it's probably like a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind. But it's still chilly. There's still a chill in the air for sure. So I made it, like I said, I was working the top. Now I'm gonna zigzag down this kind of southwest facing slope, just work it back and forth down into this bottom. And then there's a couple clumps of aspen and stuff. I'm gonna work those. Then I'll drop down over into the canyon and work my way back out to the car. So, but I mean, we've still got 4.5 hours to shed hunt, so plenty of time. Probably sit down here and have me a snack in a minute, find a spot out of the wind a little bit. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and so not even sure what I have, to be honest with you. I know I threw in another hot honey beef stick and a raspberry fig bar, but not sure what else I have in there, so we'll go through it when we sit down and have us a little drink and a snack. Just recorded that last video like 3 minutes ago when I said it was about time to find a snack. We got shed number 2. It's at least a 3. It's super old too. it's gonna be a 4. I think it forks down on that second. Yep, that's a 4. Ooh, that one might be even older than the one I already found. Yeah, that one is older than the one I already found. That one's seen better days, guys. But thank you, Lord, for the find. In fact, we might just sit over here by this juniper and have a little snack now and get this strapped to the pack. I'll take it, even though it's pretty crumbly. That'll be trash. That won't even be chalk grade. So that's okay. Thank you, Lord, for the find. All right, we got that shed strapped on. Nature Valley sweet and salty almond granola bar. That's going to be the snack. Then we'll get back to hiking. Here's our view while we sit here and have a little snack. I know for some people, you know, this is kind of bland, but again, I just love this high desert sage and junipers. This little hillside I'm on, you know, got the junipers on it on the south facing slope. So we'll keep zigzagging through here and work our way down. Just starting to make the turn to work down and start heading back towards the car. Kind of working this thick high sage and this buckbrush up here. And got a nice 3-point, looks like. And I think it's a little fresher than the last two. It's not a brownie, but it looks a little better. It'll take me a second to bushwhack through here and get over there, but awesome. Thank you, Lord. Oh, that's going to be right on the border of hard white or chalk. If it's chalk, it's barely chalk. I mean, there's one little kind of tiny crack right here. So that might get called chalk there, but nice 3-point. A little crabby on the front, obviously, but kind of bladed out on that back. We'll work through here a little more, see if we can maybe find the match. All right, guys, it's time to wrap this video up with the Minute on the Mountain and also giving away the prizes for the 1,550 subscriber giveaway. We're going to draw that. So again, prize number 1 is this 4G cellular trail camera from Samua. Prize number 2 is the camo hat from VooPeak. And I couldn't just do that since I was giving this free, so I also picked up a 65-piece Happy Hiker first aid kit. Certainly not the end-all be-all to first aid kits, but could be a nice little auxiliary kit for you, or something just throw in your glove compartment in your vehicle, maybe in your tackle box while you're fishing. So we'll do the first name that I pick is going to be for the trail cam. Second is for the hat. I had 57 comments on the previous 2 videos, and I had one individual that I got a notification shared a video. That was Nicole, and Nicole hikes a lot, so thanks, Nicole, for sharing that video. So I've got this random number generator set up for 1 to 58. I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll pick the 2 winners. All right, I think you can see that okay. So here's for prize number 1. It's going to be 35. And prize number 2 is going to be 55. So 55 and 35. Let me go back and count through the comments and see who that is. All right, well, I counted them up, and the first winner is Star of the Sea. So Star of the Sea, do me a favor, send an email to minuteonthemountain@gmail.com and let me know your shipping address. I'll get that trail camera out to you. And then winner number 2 was Mullis Outdoors. He's been supporting my channel a long time. I love his channel. So do me a favor, send me that email with your shipping address, and I'll get the hat and the first aid kit out to you. Thank you to everybody who participated. Our next giveaway will be at 1,600 subscribers. So if you've been watching the videos for a while but haven't subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 1,600, we'll give away some more stuff. That shed, that big inline 5, I'm pretty confident that's the biggest shed I've ever found as far as a deer shed. I wish it was a little newer. I wish it wasn't quite so old and powdery, but what a tank that was. It's been a great shed season so far. Minute on the Mountain, let's do that, and then we'll wrap this thing up. We're doing a lesson this coming Saturday on comparison, which leads to coveting. I think maybe it's got more influence on us than ever because of social media, but it's definitely not a new trick used by the enemy. In fact, if you go all the way back to Genesis chapter 3, the story of the fall, comparison really is part of the problem. When Eve said, no, we can't eat from the tree in the center of the garden or we'll surely die, the devil said, no, you won't die. God just knows that you'll be like him, that you'll know what he knows. And it says that Eve wanted the wisdom it would give her. In other words, she was comparing the wisdom she had to the wisdom that God had, and she coveted God's wisdom. And so obviously she ended up eating the fruit, and that's when sin entered the world. And then the apple didn't fall far from the tree. And yes, the pun is intended there, because then their sons, Cain and Abel, it really was jealousy. It was envy that caused Cain to kill his brother. Abel's sacrifice to the Lord was accepted. Cain's was not. He was jealous. So this enemy of comparison, this bad boss of comparison, that's the name of the series we've been doing, is Bad Bosses. It's been a tool that the enemy has used from the beginning. So be careful of comparison in your life. Be content with where God has you, not just materially, but your relationships, the spiritual gifts he's given you, the talents he's given you. Be content. Don't get trapped in comparison. So that's Minute on the Mountain. Thanks so much for coming along. God bless you guys. Thanks for all the support. And we'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.